Hey everybody, welcome back to part two of the business ethics lesson. This will be a quick one, I promise. Um, so we left off with the some of the guidelines for assignment two. Here, I just briefly want to talk about something called levels of purpose. See, when you are writing a written document, you actually have three levels of purpose going on. Well, the first one is the primary, and that's what you want. What do you want them to do? That's why you're writing to them in the first place. But you actually have a secondary purpose, and that is you need them to listen to you. You need them to listen to what you have to say. And so that lines up with that first paragraph in assignment two, which is about, and again, it's very important to be sincere there. Don't be insincere. Don't come across like you're just trying to stroke their ego, because that is not going to work. The reader is smart. They're going to pick up on that if you're not being sincere. So if you, it's like the old thing your mother used to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But you do need to you do want them to pay attention to you. So that's your secondary purpose. And then your tertiary purpose, your third purpose, third, there we go, is that you want them to feel something. You want them to feel a need to take action to bring about your number one purpose, what you want. Okay, so that's just a little bit on purpose. So, how do you create ethos in business communication? Well, first, you want to demonstrate knowledge and research of the situation. This is why it's important in your memo to research the name of someone who can resolve your ethical issue. So, you got to know who the CEO is if that's who you're going to address your letter to, your memo. If you're going to address it to a government agency, you need to know who is the head of that government agency. If your solution would take an act of Congress, then you need to address it to a specific committee in Congress that handles this type of issue, and you need to address it to all members of that committee, both the chairman or chairwoman of the committee and the ranking member. So, the big thing with this assignment is you do have to do some research. You have to show that you put some time in. Next, and that relates to number two, address the letter to a specific person by name. Don't just say, to whom it may concern. That's one of the worst things you can ever do, because research has shown that if the memo or letter doesn't have a specific name on it, people will ignore it. When you put a specific name on it, you are requiring that person to take ownership of the receipt of that letter or memo. Number three, make a sincere compliment. And I can't stress this enough. Do not be insincere. The reader will be able to tell if you are being insincere. Look, you can tell when somebody's being insincere with you. You can tell when somebody's being sarcastic or when they're not being sincere. So you are an intelligent person, your reader is an intelligent person, so don't be insincere. Number four, provide a level of thoughtfulness, knowledge of the situation. Show that you put a lot of thought. Don't just come up with a solution out of your rear end, okay? You put some real thought into whether your solution is really going to work, whether it's practical, whether, try to work it out. The more knowledge that you show, the more ethos you have. The more ethos you have, the more likely the person on the receiving end of your memo or letter is going to listen to what you have to say. And more likely you'll get a better grade. Number five, provide detailed solutions. Don't just, again, pull a solution out of your rear end. Be detailed in your solution. So even though technically this assignment only requires 3 paragraphs, they shouldn't be short paragraphs. You want to make sure that they are sufficiently detailed paragraphs. So yes, this is not a long like essay assignment. You know, there are 3 key parts, 3 key paragraphs. But you want those 3 to be pretty detailed because that's going to build your ethos. Number 6, use appropriate professional language. And what I mean by that is don't use terms like you guys. I've seen this in assignments all the time where, you know, someone say, you guys do a really great job with whatever. Well, you guys is kind of informal. You don't want to be informal in this because you want to be taken seriously. You don't want to be, you know, written off as, you're just, you know, a student at sophomore student at Cal State Northridge. You want to be taken seriously. And then the final one is show that you value more than money. Show that there are other things that you value besides money. Things that so it shows that you have a value system, and that will also create ethos for you. So that is assignment 2. And remember, the specific directions for assignment 2 are at the end of the last video. As always, if you have any questions, you can always send me an email. Okay, and it's late here. I don't know what time it is for you, but it's late here. It's like after 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm going to go to bed. Have a good night or morning if it is morning for you, and I will see you in the next video. All right.